Give me just a second. Get a little situated here. All right. We got Scott Haley here. Who else do we have here today? I know it's Memorial Day weekend and everybody's probably out doing some vacation stuff today. Got 8 people in already. Scott, what's up? JSN, yo. Rebecca, hello. Catherine, what's going on? I am doing good, JSN. How about you? Wendy Franco, what's going on? Poo Poo. Hello, Poo Poo. I'm doing good, JSNNN. Thank you. I just went and had lunch with my family. We just got back. We went and had Mexican. It was actually really good. Hamster, what's going on? Gillian from South Africa, what is up? Thank you for being here. Tomorrow, Tammy, what's up, Tammy? Ricky, what's going on? Gene Rooks in Scotland, thank you for the love. We have got something going on here that has been bothering my chest so bad lately. Craig, what's up, man? Good to see you today. Katharina Ballerina from South Africa. South Korea, what's going on? Thank you for being here. Got people all over the world already here. Hamster said 50 days without alcohol. That is so awesome. Congratulations. Deb K, hey, from San Antonio. What's up? Jeffrey Herb, looking good. Got my wife hooked on the muscle milk. Only thing I wish is that they were bigger. Yeah, they're really good. That's awesome. Thank you for being here, Jeffrey. Poo Poo said it's late here in Stockholm. Well, thank you for being here with it being so late, my friend. Nikuli, Nikuli Twala. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Tell me if I pronounce that right, Nikuli. She said she loves Mexican. We do too. I love an alcoholic. What's up in Finland? Jersey girl, what's going on? Poo Poo said next week back in Finland. Gillian, you are so inspiring. Thank you so much, Gillian. I really appreciate that. Chris, what's up, LD? How's the weather in South Carolina? It is rainy here right now, and we have rain on the forecast until Friday of this week. It's going to be horrible. Tomorrow, or Tammy said from South Carolina. Where are you at in South Carolina, Tammy? BM said, hello, I tried your poached eggs, but forgot the vinegar was inedible, but a little bit messy. Yeah, the vinegar is what helps hold the protein and the egg together. It kind of locks it in when you drop it in the water instead of like breaking up into a million pieces. I'm glad that you tried it out, though. Next time, if you add that vinegar, it'll work out perfectly. Regina said, hi, LD, these lives are awesome. Seems like the last couple I've been able to make my long walks during them. Oh, that's awesome, Regina. Out walking around with the live. That's so cool. Well, thank you for walking and listening. Ricky S4 said, yo, it's 22 p.m. Nikuli said, almost. All right, you got to break it down for me phonetically and tell me how to pronounce that so I don't keep mispronouncing it. If you don't mind, that'd be awesome. I see you all the time in the comment section, so I really would like to know how to pronounce your name. Sarn Sounds, UK checking in, rang here too. Sorry to hear that, but thank you for being here, Sarn Sounds, all the way in the UK. Tammy said she's in Anderson. Anderson is a nice place. I used to drive through Anderson every time that I went up to go to the Chattooga River. I would go up on 25. I think it was 25 that goes through Anderson. Poo Poo said, I've been sober since March 16th. Congratulations, my friend. So you just hit what? April? 2 months. Heck yeah, you're at almost 2.5 months. That's awesome, Poo Poo. Jersey Girl said at the park with Doobie, feels so good to be sober. You are not kidding, Jersey Girl. Because back when I used to drink, and I know when you back when you used to drink, when we all used to drink, these holidays, if we were off, would be just a drunk fest. and then feel like crap the whole entire time. Ron's mom, what's up? Good evening to you all. I was at a Mexican in a previous life. I was a Mexican in a previous life. I think I love Mexican food. Thank you for being here, Ron's mom. So good to see you. No King, how do you deal with the uncertainty of not knowing the future? Every time I overexert my body, I get really sick and feel like I might have a month left to live. Hey, No King, I know exactly what you mean. And the same thing happens to me. That's why a lot of times when I'm like, I have to take a day off, it's because I've done too much around the property and wore myself out. And then I get that same feeling like I might end up in the emergency room. But the uncertainty of not knowing the future, I guess everybody's uncertain about their future, but I just try my best not to think about it really. And I just have this mentality that I'm going to keep living. I know that sounds crazy, but I just have this like idea in my head that it's not going to take me out and I'm going to keep going. I'm sorry that you're dealing with that though. Ricky S4 is in the UK. Well, thank you for being here. Hamster, we have the best food in New Mexico with the green chili hatch. I bet you do. There's a lot of good Mexican food around that area. Ricky S4 said, I'm watching Breaking Bad. Craig said, your video on entities overhearing everything for data mining is scary. Yeah, man, you are not kidding, Craig. And you know what's crazy? Last night we were watching that same show. Guess what came up? More champagne commercials. And every single time I went to commercial break, beer commercials. Every single time. Scott says someone's from New Jersey. I'm from South Jersey. Yeah, Jersey girls from New Jersey. Cheryl Delaney, that's a Jersey girl. She lives up there. Diane, don't normally catch your lives, time difference, but have today. Hopefully you're feeling okay. Any update on the new hospital you're hoping to go to? Well, Diane, thank you so much for being here. Although, because you're on a time difference than what I am, I'm glad you were able to join. No, I do not know about the new hospital yet, and I'm still trying to figure out what's going on with that. I do have an appointment in Charleston tomorrow. I've got to drive down there. I'm meeting with the blood doctor, the hematologist, because they've been saying that this might be a genetic disorder that I'm dealing with. So we're going to find out. Trippy Seeds and Deeds, thank you for being here, my friends. Good to see you. The worst is waking up half drunk in summer humidity, confused, hot and sweaty, bad combo. You are not kidding. I used to really hate when you fall asleep, 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon after you got drunk in the morning, and then you go back, you sleep all afternoon and then wake up especially during the summertime at 8, and it's still a little bit light outside and you can't figure out, is it the morning or is it nighttime, and you don't know. Hamster said, I drink a lot of sparkling water. There's all sorts of flavors you can use to replace alcohol. I do too, Hamster. That's awesome you're drinking those. The grapefruit flavor ones are really nice because they've got a little bit of bitterness to them, and they really remind me of drinking a cold one. James Murph, hey LD, I hope you're doing well, buddy. Things are solid after some challenges over here. Keep up the good work and stay healthy. Well, thank you so much, James. I'm so glad that things are getting better. Challenges, for some reason, seem to come in threes. But thank you so much, my friend. I really appreciate that. AJ, do you think you would have stopped if you didn't have wife and kids? Do I think I would have stopped if I didn't? Yes, I would have stopped. But I don't think I ever would have quit drinking until I got sick. It took me almost losing my life for me to finally say that's enough. Scott said, I visit family in Charleston every October. Love it there. That's awesome. I'll be down there tomorrow. David LaFawn, what's up, man? Happy Memorial Day to you too, brother. Marius, do you have any experience with depersonalization, derealization disorder? I got that after several panic attacks, which I need hospitalization for. Marius, I'm not really familiar with that disorder. I'm gonna have to look that up after I get off of here and see what exactly that is. So I don't know. I'm sorry that you deal with that though, Marius. Thank you for being here, my friend. AJ, greetings from Germany, by the way. Well, thank you so much for being here, AJ, from Germany. And no King, thank you, LD, for your true inspiration. May God bless you with a longer life than anyone could imagine. Thank you so much, my friend. You as well. Ricky said, I have derealization for 25 years. Wow, I'm sorry. Jersey girl, hi, Scott. Oh, she's talking. Thelma. Oh, she's talking to someone else. Well, thank you for being here, Thelma Els. I love an alcoholic. Dealing with uncertainty is something we just need to learn. Things have a tendency to turn out all right. My mother sometimes says, yeah, they do. Things always work themselves out, whether it's a good way or a bad way, but it always works itself out. Scott Haley, my phone doesn't have AM PM on it. Half the time when I was drinking, I'd wake up and still not know if it was day or night. That used to happen to me all the time. All the time. I'd wake up and start getting ready for work, and my wife would be like, what are you doing? And I'd tell her, I'm getting ready for work. She'd say, it's 7 o'clock at night. See Mojo Rising. Hello from the deep heart of Dixie, Alabama Gulf Coast. What's up, See Mojo Rising? In the Alabama Gulf Coast. Ricky S4 says it's like being in a trance. Okay. Robert William, what's up? Good to see you, my friend. Diane said, do you get your drive sorted out? Must be in... Oh, my driveway. Not all the way. I spent all day on it yesterday, and we got like really, really bad rain this morning, and it washed out a bunch of the stuff that I did yesterday. It's such a pain in the butt. But it's the trade-off for living back in the woods the way that we do, because I don't have a lot of neighbors, and I can't tell you how nice that is. C Pen 97, greetings from a recovering alcoholic in Delaware. Well, thank you so much for being here, CL Pen in Delaware. Paul Merle, you look like Jesus Christ. All right, never heard that one before, but thank you. Thank you for being here, Paul. Cycle 814. What's good, chat in LD 29 days today? Congratulations, Cycle. Not planning on testing waters anymore. Sober is the way. You are not kidding about that. Congratulations, my friend. That is so awesome. Ricky said broccoli makes DPDR loads worse. David said, I've been binge watching documentaries on alcoholism in the UK. It's apparently a huge problem over there. Yeah, I watched I talked about this in one of the videos that I did a couple of weeks ago. I watched a documentary on YouTube, and I think I shared the link for it in the comments section. I think I pinned the link. Man, it was really interesting. Chickens Don't Surf, what's up? Good to see you today, my friend. Thank you for being here. All CICP, yet again, starting out again. Previously, I've been very lucky and not had any withdrawal symptoms. This time round, only a few days, and I'm feeling irritable and anger rage. Does each relapse get harder? All CICP, I think so. Each time you relapse, it gets harder and harder every time. I don't know what that's all about. I think part of it maybe is because when we do relapse is that we really go hard and drink really heavy because we think, I'm only going to do this for today, or I'm only going to drink for a week. And then we pound as much alcohol as we possibly can because we have this idea in our head that we're going back on the wagon. So might as well enjoy it while we can. And then we drink like crazy. And then the withdrawals are just so much worse. Cycle said, thanks, LD. Appreciate it. You're welcome, Cycle. Thank you so much. Trippy C's, have you heard much about these new weight loss drugs potentially being used to treat alcoholism? Can reduce cravings, I've heard. Yes, I have, Trippy C's. I did a video on that a while back. It's really neat. The semaglutides or semaglutides, Slayer sober. Split image. What's up, Slayer? As a matter of fact, Slayer and I were just talking to each other earlier. We were just texting. Rad Russian. I watch all your videos, even though I don't have a drinking problem. But it has helped me with my broccoli a lot. You're a good storyteller and interesting to listen to. Thank you so much, Rad Russian. I really appreciate that. Question is, are you in Russia? Or are you Russian? Chris, do you remember the feeling of being drunk? Personally, I'm slowly starting to forget how it felt. Chris, no, I still remember what it felt like. I have dreams that I'm drunk a lot. A lot. Ricky S4 said benzos will help. Okay. Robert, LD, any update on Slayer? Yeah, Slayer is in here, Robert. He is in here. He just joined. James Umla, hey LD, do you share a driveway with your neighbor? I do. There's 3 of us that live on this private road, and 2 of us have tractors. That's the debacle I was kind of going into the other day about the tractor situation here on our road. Slayer said, I'm right here, Robert. I'm doing well, brother. Jamie B, good seeing you, LD. I've missed your past 2 lives due to scheduling conflicts. What's up, Jamie? It's so good to see you today. No worries at all. It's nice to see you in here today. Night of Grider, man, dude, 14 days sober, been easy, but today with Memorial Day, it's been tough. I can imagine so, Night of Grider. I know. Especially with it being a 3-day weekend. Everybody's drinking right now. When we went to go get lunch at the Mexican place, it was super dead. Like, we were the only ones in there eating, and that place is usually packed, which told me everybody's at home, like, drinking and barbecuing today. Debbie Snap. Hey, LD, good to see you. Good to see you too, Debbie. Thank you so much for being here. Poo Poo said, I don't like buying alcohol to other people, but I still do it. When I travel by boat between Finland and Sweden, I can buy tax-free alcohol. Okay. Thank you for sharing that. The Outbacker, what's up? Good to see you. Angie Sweeting, thank you so much for being here. Good to see you today. CL Penn, appreciate your live chat. It's good to see and hear our community unite. Absolutely. Thank you for being here. Hope Taylor checking in. One more day. Bless y'all. A Slayer. Thank you so much, Hope. Ricky said, why do my dreams revolve around alcohol? That's a good question because mine do too, Ricky. Maybe because, it's something that we think about a good bit, maybe. Joanne Beach, hi LD, good to see you are feeling better, my friend. Thank you so much, Joanne. Good to see you as well. Fish Patty, I just had time to join. Love what you do, man. Bringing hope to people who suffered. Thank you so much, Fish Patty. I appreciate that. And thank you so much for hopping in today. Sweeney Todd, good evening. How are you? Sending lots of love to you. Sending lots of love right back to you, Sweeney Todd, and I'm doing good. How are you doing, my friend? Message on your phone from next door neighbor Kyle. See? Thanks, man. All right. Now we have the phonetic. It's N-N-G like in sing. Ku. Oo like in book. Lee. Inku. Ingu. Inguli. Inguli. Inkuli. I don't know if Ningkuli. Ningkuli. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Tell me if I'm pronouncing it right. Ningkuli. I hope I'm doing that right. I'm so sorry. Adam Blattner. Have you ever felt like going all out drinking for one night once a year, then live sober 364 days? No, I've never thought about it like that, Adam, but I have definitely had the thoughts of just disappearing and drinking. And those thoughts, unfortunately, enter my mind quite often. But I do talk to my wife about it. I'm completely honest with her. Jersey girl, hey G, you couldn't get your driveway paved. No, it would probably cost about $100,000 to do that. Slayer said the only good part of relapse is those first 2, 3 drinks, just all downhill after that. Just remember that those who are struggling on this holiday. Thank you for that, Slayer, and you're right. Chickens don't surf. My friend's aunt is in the hospital, cirrhosis. She told she was too busy for a call because she was trying to find healthy, low salt snacks for her aunt. I sent her a few of your videos about that. Oh, thank you so much, Chickens Don't Surf. I'm sorry about your friend's aunt. That's so sad. Blue Jean Lady, I've tried several things that you recommended for recovering from a bleed. I'm beginning to feel better, stronger. Thank you for your help. That's so awesome, Blue Jean Lady. I'm so sorry that you're dealing with that. Chickens Don't Surf about diet for cirrhosis, and she was so relieved. You help more people than your viewers. Thank you so much, Chickens Don't Surf. I really appreciate you sharing that with her. Juice Morph, hello King. Been enjoying your videos recently. Wishing you good health and happiness. Thank you so much, Juice Morph. I really appreciate you being here. Oh, thank you so much, Juice Morph. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for the super thanks, my friend. Juice Morph, you are so nice. I really appreciate your generosity. If I can get this thing, there we go. Thank you again, Juice Morph. That's really nice of you. Here we go. Tribute Seeds. Yeah, using dreams are crazy. It's like your mind is fighting an urge you use, but at the same time, you want to keep your sobriety. They can leave me with a nostalgic, uneasy feeling. Absolutely. I know exactly what you mean. Slayer said, using drinks suck. Trippy, definitely leave you with an uneasy feeling. Yeah, me too. Okay, awesome. I got your name right. Cooley. J. Davy. I'm not sober. I want to be, but that's not what it is for me right now. I've been drinking all weekend, and I'm drinking now while barbecuing. I want to change myself, but I feel so lost. I'm glad I found this. Hey, J. Davy, I completely understand. No judgment here whatsoever, my friend. And you hang out, and I hope to keep seeing you here. I hope that at some point something I say or something somebody else says or anything, helps to, help you make that decision and helps you get off of it. Just one thing before you quit, just speak with the doctor and make sure that you're good to go before you go stopping because it can be very dangerous. Mary Angel. Hey LD, I'm at the lowest rock bottom I could be right now and incredibly sick thinking about returning to the ER today. I'm so sorry to hear that, Mary. Thank you for being here. I'm so sorry that you're at such a low point. If you're feeling like you might need to go to the ER, I would definitely go ahead and be on the safe side. Thank you for being here, Mary. David said, Jay Davy, welcome you in the right place. Absolutely. Thank you so much, David. Night of I remember one of your younger dudes you interviewed that had a transplant always said in AA, if you relapse, just have one. It's normally downhill. The Outbacker, I went to the gas station to get some Zen pouches and I almost stopped at the liquor store across the street, but I'm at day 59. Congratulations, the Outbacker. That is so awesome, my friend. I'm glad that you did not stop at the liquor store. Kent Lowry, hello LD and everyone. Hope you are feeling better. Stay strong, all. Thank you so much, Kent. I am feeling good today, and I hope you are too. Yeah, I'll be back. Said no reason to mess it up. No, there's not. Thank you for that, Craig. I appreciate that, my friend. Jan Hendrik Kruger. Hey, man. Hello, all the way from a cold Western Cape, South Africa. We got a couple people from South Africa in here today. I watch your videos every day. Thank you for being such an honest, caring person. Stay blessed. You're a part of our family. That is so nice of you, Jan Hendrik Kruger. I really appreciate that. And thank you so much for being here. Miss BC. Mary Angel, please reach out for whatever support you can. I'm glad you're here, but if you need to go ER, then go. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Miss BC. It's good to see you today. Sweeney Todd, you're helping so many people with your videos. I look forward to every single one. God bless you. Thank you so much, Sweeney Todd. That's so nice of you to say. Oh, thank you so much, Linda. Linda said, you are an inspiration to all of us. Much love. Thank you so much for the super thanks, Linda. I really appreciate your generosity. That's so nice of you. Thank you again. David said, my last relapse was not fun at all. I took a ton of booze for me to get the feeling I wanted, but it was just not what I thought it would be, and then felt awful when it was over. I know exactly what you mean. Debbie Snap, I have no desire to drink or take Tylenol. I don't even have to see my GI doctor for another year. I'm so afraid, though, that if I don't have all my tests, so I have regular tests. I completely understand, Debbie. I really do. Yeah, and Tylenol is horrible for your liver, too. It's good that you're not taking that. I would stay away from all the NSAIDs, too, like ibuprofen, any of that. Amanda, as per usual, I can't stay away. But I wanted to drop some love. Catch one of these for real sometime soon. Be well, all. I hope everyone is doing okay. Amanda, thank you so much for hopping in. If you're still here, I really appreciate that. I hope you're having a great weekend. Amanda said, so sorry, Mary. Glad you're here. Absolutely. Kent Lowry is sending prayers to all that are struggling and being. Absolutely. Prayers to everyone here that's struggling today. That's why I was thinking that today would be a good day for the live. I figured there might be some people that were having a tough time kind of struggling with today. And I figured this would be a great time and a great opportunity for everybody to hop on here and just talk with each other. Instead of, I figured this would help take people's mind off of drinking too. Juice more if my father took his own life. I'm so sorry to hear that. And I cleaned up after it. Started drinking a lot of whiskey. Tried to quit April 30th. Drank one day since. Sober 26 of the last 27. Your videos helped me. That is so awesome, Juice Morph. I'm so sorry to hear about your father, but that's so awesome about your sobriety, my friend. Wet Penguin, happy Memorial Day to you too. Thank you so much. Amanda said, love to you all. TTYS. I do not know what that means. Talk to you soon, maybe? Thank you so much for being here, Amanda. It's always good to see you. Tyler Sabo, having a sober Memorial Day. And if you asked me 2 weeks ago, I'd say no chance this would happen. Never going to quit trying to quit. I love your attitude, my friend. Feeling good today. Glad to make the live this time. That's so awesome, Tyler. Congratulations, my friend. Your attitude is awesome. Miss BC said, I'm blessed to be watching from Cinca, Ecuador. Suinca. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but Ecuador. I didn't know that you lived in Ecuador, Miss BC. That's so cool. Ron's mom said your color has returned. Good to see. Thank you so much, Ron's mom. I was feeling horrible the other day. I was so tired. Ricky said, if you took a wrong turn on a long journey, would you go home and start again or pull over and get back on track? Pull over and get back on track. Kent said, LD, great day for a live. This has always been a tough time to not drink on the weekend. On this weekend. This is a place to be. That's so nice of you to say, Kent. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here. That's what I was thinking, too, is that this is a really tough weekend for a lot of people. I know for myself it is, too. Amanda, and thank you for your service, everyone who serves. Sending my love to all your loved ones lost. Absolutely. Thank you so much for all the people that fall off. Absolutely, Ricky. Mona, what is up? Good to see you. Hope you're having a great Memorial Day weekend. Happy Memorial Day to you. Happy Memorial Day to everyone here today. David said, I avoid Tylenol as much as possible. Yeah, stuff is horrible for your liver. Jersey Girl said, hey, G, gotta run Doobie back to my place to be picked up by mom. Have a great week. Love to everyone. Sending you love, Jersey Girl, and have a great time with a great rest of your time with Doobie. Thank you so much for hopping on here today, Jersey Girl. Be safe out there. Poo says South Africa and Finland are in the same time zone, but very far from each other. I did not know that. Blue Jean Lady said, I'm glad you're feeling better. I made some poached eggs after you showed us how. My husband said they were good. And it is the first time I didn't make a mess of it. Well, congratulations, Blue Jean Lady. That is awesome. Thank you for giving it a shot. Ricky said, I'm going to have a Valium. All right. Pam Marsh, you have such nice friends. I'm so glad no bickering here. Thank you so much, Pam. Yeah, that's one thing I don't put up with on here. This is a place for people to share, talk to each other, and be kind to each other. This is not a place for arguing. I don't want this to ever become a place where people feel uncomfortable talking about what's going on in their life. Winston Churchill, what's up, LD from England? UK, yeah, it's so easy to think we are missing out on partying, but it's the devil's bait. Absolutely, Winston. B. Rees, hey LD, called alive for the first time. Been watching you for about 6 weeks. Found you when I was hospitalized for cirrhosis related issues. It's been great to be home and got to catch you on alive. Thank you so much for being here, V. Rees. I really do appreciate that. I'm so sorry that you were hospitalized for cirrhosis related issues, and man, can I relate to that. I hope that you're feeling okay today and not too fatigued or nauseous or anything like that. But thank you so much for being here. You are absolutely in the right place right now. Debbie Snap said I'd take Carvidiol. I don't know. Gabapentin. I caught some flack about the gabapentin the other day. Anxiety. I don't know why you would catch flack about that. That's your business, Debbie. Slayer said, I went to the store earlier and saw lines of people with beer. All of them need it to have fun. I've been that way for years, and it's nice to enjoy today, clear-headed and control my decisions. Man, you are not kidding about that, Slayer. That's the worst thing about it is making poor, drunk decisions and then waking up the next day not remembering what you did. David said it finally stopped raining here today, but it's starting again tomorrow. I feel you on that, David. Same thing here, brother. Adam Blattner. I read this by top physicians. Should I feel 80 to 90% safe? Between 10 to 20% of heavy drinkers develop cirrhosis, typically after 10 or more years of drinking. Adam, that's a really hard one. Number one, I'm not a doctor. Number two, it just depends on the individual. How much you're drinking. How many times a day. There's how many years, your gender, your genetics. I mean, there are a lot of things that. What kind of medications were you taking at the same time? Did you take a lot of Tylenol? I mean, there's just a lot of factors, so that's hard for me to say. If you're worried about it, I would go get some blood work done. CHP, what's up? Lots of love to the LD family. Hey, Slayer Sober and David LaFawn. Hope all is well. Thank you so much, CHP. It's so good to see you today. TN Crumpets, first time joining the live. Thanks for sharing your evening with us. LD, happy Memorial Day, and congrats to those who celebrated sober this weekend. Thank you so much for being here first time in your live, TN Crumpets. I really appreciate that. And happy Memorial Day to you, too. Juice Morph, this community is supported in a kind, beautiful corner of the internet, and I'm glad to have found it. Thank you so much, Juice Morph. It is. I'm so blessed to have all of you here. Everybody is so kind to each other. Debbie Snap said Tylenol was like candy for me. I had a high profile job with loads of stress and took about 2,000 milligrams a day. Wow. I used to take ibuprofen like that, Debbie. I used to take it like candy too. My head always hurt. The Outbacker, I need to go buy a little charcoal grill so I can put on some brats. Heck yeah. Do you poach your brats before you put them on the grill, the Outbacker, or do you cook them from raw? I've always poached mine in beer. I won't do that anymore. I can just poach them in water. But I always poached them in beer first and then I grilled them. Hamster said LD recipes should be good because I think he used to be a chef. I put the live on my living room TV while working around the house. Hamster, I was a chef. I was in the restaurant industry for 26 years. Thank you so much for saying that. I'm so happy to hear that you got me on the TV while you're doing your chores. David said no politics either. There's just no need for it. Nope. Do not talk about politics. Diane said fatigue is the pits. Many illnesses cause it, not only liver disease. If you have to take a day off, then so be it. No need to apologize when you are not up to it. Thank you so much, Diane. And yeah, you are right. There are a lot of other things that cause fatigue. And I have one of those things too. I have type 1 diabetes, unfortunately. Brianna, how do you prepare beef and canned beans in a crock pot? Thank you. What kind of beef are you trying to prepare, Brianna? Tell me what you're trying to cook, and I'll try to give you a little bit more help. But you got to tell me what kind of meat, how big it is. Is it like a 5-pound roast, or is it whole? Are you cooking, something that's cut up? What kind of beef are you trying to cook, and what kind of beans? Let me know, and I'll tell you my opinion. Marius, withdrawal from Zyprexa and Lyrica is worse than hangover I've had. Dreadful. Psych meds are not for everyone. I know what Lyrica is, but I don't know what Zyprexa is. I'm sorry that you've had to go through that, my friend. Karen Reese, howdy y'all. Well, howdy right back to you. That's one thing my dad has always said, howdy to everybody. Anytime that he encounters someone, his greeting is howdy. Just like Woody. Miss BC, she's talking to somebody else. Sarah Sober says, a horrible feeling, man, waking up wondering what's happened the night before. It's always bad and only gets worse. Man, you are not kidding. And when I was a drinker, it was always bad. Every single time I woke up the next morning, I did something really stupid. Pam Marsh, yay, Slayer Sober is here. I'm so proud of him. Oh, that's so nice of you, Pam. Slayer, Pam says she's proud of you, man. Adam Blattner, okay, thank you. You're welcome. If you're talking to me, CHP, talking to David. Shades of Clarity, what's up, man? Good to see you, brother. How you been doing this weekend, man? V. Reese said, best I've felt in months. That's awesome. Hope you're feeling well also. Boy, I know all about the fatigue, but I'm getting me a little sunshine today. You forgot about the outside in the hospital for so long. V. Reese, that's what I was talking about a while back in one of the videos, just about that, about just getting outside. After you've been sick and in the hospital for a long time, just like you said, just getting out in the sun can be such a mood booster. CHP says, show LD some more love by hitting the like button. Thank you so much, CHP. Shades of Clarity said, Shades of Clarity, what's up? What's up, Shades? How you doing, man? Shay said, oops. Go Batman. What's up, Go Batman? Good to see you, brother. I love the bat emojis. I didn't even know there was a bat emoji. You taught me something new today. I'm going to have to use that for something. Connie, hello from Branson, where it is also raining and raining and raining. Prayers to all those who are suffering. Thank you so much, Connie. Sorry you guys are getting the rain too. It's raining out there right now. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you guys can see the rain out there. It is coming down. Let me sit back down here. Oh. Sorry, I'm got this screen all over the place right now. I know that's probably making some of you guys sick. Rastafarian Rambo, I'm cooking at a fusion kitchen now, and I'm so happy. It helps to try everything. We mess with Peruvian peppers and Taiwanese and classic California style cuisine. That's so awesome, Rastafarian Rambo. I'm so happy for you, my friend, that you've got a job where you guys can play around with a lot of cool ingredients. You ever tried cooking with black garlic before, Rastafarian Rambo? Diane said, got a lot of stress and personal problems at the moment, so I've been drinking a bit. Sorry to hear that, Diane. Never been a heavy drinker, but sometimes I succumb when life is tough. Smoking is my biggest vice, trying so hard to give up. Diane, prayers to you, and I really hope that you can. Thank you for sharing. Geo Biscuit, hey LD, so glad you're doing well and having a great day. You're a true inspiration. Your honesty around your past drinking is wonderfully refreshing. I look forward to all your posts. Thank you so much, Geo Biscuit. Kent Lowry, have a blessed and wonderful evening. All was great to see you. Looking good, and thank you. Good night, all. Thank you so much, Kent. You have a great night as well, my friend. Debbie Snap made your poached eggs, and they were perfection. Thank you. How about that easy peasy hollandaise? I will do that this week, Debbie. I'm so glad you tried it out. Geo Biscuit, your day in the life vids are so engaging and relatable. Amazing content. Love and best wishes from the UK. Thank you so much, Geo Biscuit. I really appreciate that, my friend. Thank you for being here. The Outbacker says, I don't know what poaching them means. LOL. So just raw. I hear you, Rocky. CHP says steak and candy yams for dinner. That sounds good. That guy, do you have to limit carbs when you have liver disease? You don't have to per se, but it's a good idea to do so. Yes. Slayer said LD is the American Gordon Ramsay. I don't know about that, but thank you, man. David said, I've heard about Lyrica. The withdrawal is awful. Yeah, it's basically like gabapentin on steroids or something, from what I understand. Debbie Rion, my spouse's side, has type 1 diabetes. My kid uncle has it, and a few distant cousins of their father. I did not know that I had a lot of people in my family with diabetes until I became diabetic. And then I found out my family history. Karen, what's up? So good to see you today. McPhail, almost died 14 months ago from liver disease. Turned it around, sober ever since. Every day is better than yesterday. Thanks for your channel, Mick in Australia. Mick, I am so sorry that you almost passed 14 months ago. Man, can I relate. But I am so glad to hear that you turned it around. And doesn't it makes every day so important. Feel so blessed when you wake up in the morning. The Outbacker, did you know you had diabetes when you first got really sick? No, I found out everything after I got sick the first time. I went to the hospital. My blood sugar was like 1100. Sherry, Tracy, this may be more a question for your wife, but how long did it take for your wife to start trusting you again? Hey! Yeah? Come here. Somebody had a question. How long did it take before you started trusting me again?
Trusting you to do what?
I guess trusting me to not drink.
I actually never worried about it after your first trip into the hospital because I figured if you drank again, they said you died. That was your problem.
I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but she said she didn't worry about me after I got sick the first time because they told me if I drank again, that I would die. So
it was on you.
Yeah, it was on me at that point.
So it really wasn't up to me to even try. It was on you.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
I almost called you by your name. I didn't mean to just say hey like that, like I was calling a dog or something. But there you go, Sherry. She didn't really worry about it after I got out of the hospital. Ricky S4, I want a dog. Go get you one, Ricky. LD, is Chateaubriand worth it? No, it is not. It is such a waste of a tenderloin to just get to the chateau. No, it's not. All it is just a way to hold your pinky up when you're eating your dinner. Sarah F. Used to take Adderall when I drank and blacked out every time. Wow. That's one thing. I never tried that. Hamster, can drinking cause high blood pressure? It absolutely can. Yes, it does. Shay said, I had the weekend off. Haven't had one off in months. Well, I'm happy for you, Shay. Glad you got the weekend off, dude. Carl 9X, 1 year, 8 months sober. Congratulations, my friend. That is awesome. You're almost at 2 years. Karen said, sun needed. I know exactly what you mean. We need some sun here. Poo Poo says, Zyprexa is olanzapine. Olanzapine? I don't know what that is either. Winston Churchill, ethanol can impact every single marker directly or indirectly. Absolutely. All CICP said, hey, LD, did you discover you had diabetes when you became unwell with liver? Or was it pre-existing? Are they generally connected? Sorry if that's a dumb question. No dumb questions here at all, my friend. None whatsoever. No, I didn't know I had diabetes until I ended up in the hospital the first time, and then I found out. That's a good question. I would imagine probably all CICP that they are probably connected. I think a lot of people end up diabetic after that. Marianne just said, missed you and was worried about you, Slayer. So glad you're doing well. Okay, she's on Slayer. Go Batman. Got some more bat emojis there. Thank you for the bat emojis, my friend. Slayer said it's raining here as well. Oh, well, dang. Everybody's getting rain today. And then Ricky said, I love rain. Nadia, you're helping so many people like me. Thank you again. It's an amazing gift to give. Oh, thank you so much, Nadia. That's so nice of you to say. And thank you so much for being here, my friend. Connie, Howden, everything is flooding in the Ozarks. Man, the whole country must be just covered in rain clouds. Except for New Mexico, because Hamster said it's 82 degrees and sunny. That's some nice weather there, Hamster. Enjoy it. Craig said, I wish it was raining here. LOL. I'll send some up your way, Craig. Debbie Snap, you are so kind and generous with your knowledge to everyone on here. That must be so difficult yet fulfilling and cathartic. Thank you so much, Debbie. I really appreciate that. It can be, a lot sometimes, but it really is fulfilling. Very much so. It's nice to be able to pay it back, pay it forward. Karen Reese said, California warm, and of course, a fire around Fresno. Wow. Brianna, I'm making a spaghetti type dish using ground beef and canned kidney beans in the crock pot, of course. Well, if you're going to be using ground beef, Brianna, I would brown your ground beef unless you have a browning option in your crock pot, which some do, some don't. But definitely brown your beef off before you put it in the pot. And I would, if you're trying to make like a spaghetti type deal and you're using like canned tomatoes, brown off your ground beef and cook with, and then throw in your onions and then your garlic last if you're doing that. Your garlic only needs a second. And then put the ground beef and your tomatoes and everything in, except for the beans. If you're using canned beans, cook your stuff in the crock pot. Put the beans in like right at the end, like right before you're about to serve it, because they're going to turn to straight mush if you don't. Connie Howden, just try to remember, y'all, alcohol is toxic. It absolutely is. David said, I'm not a chef by any means, but I make some pretty decent baked goods. Man, you're talking my my love language, David. I loved baked goods, especially cookies. Ron's mom said, I heard about a shooting in the news in South Carolina. Was that near you at all? I didn't know there was a shooting in South Carolina. I'm going to have to look that up now. Ron's mom, I'm not sure. Cycle said, no rain in Arizona, only 100 degrees every day. Oh, I'm sorry. Hamster said, do you like the meta glasses? I really do. Love them. For anything else, I love the fact that they have built-in microphone and speakers in them, and I use them to talk when I'm on the phone. So if I'm always doing something and using my hands, so it frees everything up. And not only that, if I want to take video or a picture or something, I can just say take a picture or hit the button and take video. It's just really convenient. As Ricky said, I take Lyrica and Klonopin. Okay. Sarah F., did you have any problems with your gallbladder? I did, Sarah. My gallbladder got really distended. I actually was in the hospital and was NPO for like 2 straight weeks because they couldn't make up their mind if they were going to remove it or not. But they ended up leaving it. Winston said, I live out of my digital streamer. Cholesterol markers must improve. I live out of my digital steamer. Cholesterol markers must improve. Oils are the enemy. They have left my building. Gotcha. Thank you for sharing that, Winston. Slayer said I had to re-quit cigarettes again. Then I got out of rehab center. It's been rough. I think I smoked 1,000 cigarettes in that place. I'm glad I'm not smoking that crap anymore, though. Yeah, Slayer. I think that's what. Were y'all able to smoke in the facility? I bet that's gotta be tough. You're in there. There's not a whole lot to do. Everybody's smoking. I completely understand, man. Juice Morph, I'm going out for a hike while the sun is still out. Wishing you well, sir. Thank you all for your content you put out. Helps people like myself who struggle feel less alone, and that is priceless. Thank you. Thank you so much, Juice Morph. Enjoy your hike while the sun's still out, my friend. I wish we had some sun. And wishing you well as well. Thank you so much, my friend. You have a great day. Alan Milbro. Hey, man, I'm in the UK and listening to your videos each morning when I wake up. You're an inspiration. Well due for turning things around and using your experience to help others. Thank you so much, Alan. That's so nice of you, my friend. And thank you so much for listening every morning. That's so cool. Diane said poached eggs are brilliant and easy on the stomach. No fat. I have a poacher, so it can make them pretty easy. That's awesome. Shade said, wow. Ron's mom, I heard her. Mary Angel, I take Lyrica and I've been on it for 7 years and the withdrawal is way worse than alcohol people have committed. Wow. That's crazy. I didn't know it was that bad. Sorry to hear that. April Diaz, I lost my mom to cirrhosis. She was 68. Worst death I have ever seen. She also had alcohol-induced dementia. She screamed at me and said it was my fault. Sorry to hear that, April. And yeah, I'm not looking forward to that day. From what I understand, it's not a good way to go. I'm really sorry to hear that about your mom. May she rest in peace, Sarah. Nadia, it's truly a life-saving gift to what you do with sharing. It's truly a life-saving gift to do what you do with sharing your story on this platform. Thank you so much, Nadia. Sorry for the typo above. I couldn't understand what you were saying there for a second, but thank you. David LaFawn, did you make beef Wellington? Every single day, my friend. It was on my menu, and we did it to order. So we had to sear off the filet mignon. I used to cook it sometimes, do like a whole tenderloin, and we'd put on like a carving station. Or if I had like a really big event, I would do the whole Wellington with the tenderloin. But for a la carte, they were all done to order. So yeah, we would sear off the filet, put the duxelle around the steak, and then wrap it with the puff pastry, and then put some. We would put designs on the puff pastry before we put it in the oven to make it look pretty. It was a pain in the butt. Also, ICP LD, your wife has a beautiful accent. You're a lucky man. Thank you so much, Alcy. I really appreciate that. She's definitely got a southern accent. Go Batman, you did nothing wrong, April Diaz. Yeah, you didn't do anything wrong. I'm sorry, I said Sarah. My bad. Yeah, April, you didn't do anything wrong. That's not your fault. Carl said, thanks. You're welcome if you're talking to me. Hamster, any tips for a headache and high blood pressure? Let me think on that one really quick. I think that if you're looking for like natural remedies, I think taking like beetroot powder or beetroot extract, or eating beets or drinking beet juice, I think they can help with blood pressure. I think it's really high in what's the stuff they give people for heart attacks? I'm having a brain fart right now. I cannot remember. I love an alcoholic. So sorry, April. My grandpa had alcohol dementia. Sorry to hear that. I love an alcoholic. Winston said rain here in UK also. Wow, it's rain all over the planet. Ben, hey chef, happy Memorial Day. Back to day one. It's not worth it, folks. It's a waste of life and money. I'm sorry to hear that, Ben, but you've got this, my friend. I know you do. And happy Memorial Day right back to you, my friend. And thank you for sharing that. It is a waste of life and money. Lisa G, 3 weeks sober today. I got sober on Cinco de Mayo Day. Congratulations, Lisa. That's so awesome. Thank you for being here. Your wife sounds so cheerful. Thank you so much, Angie Sweeting. It's 83 degrees and sunny in Utah as well. I want some rain. We got plenty of rain we can send y'all's way. Trust me. T-Rob Gaming, what's going on? How you doing, LD? Hope everyone is doing well. Hope you're doing okay, LD. I am doing great, my friend. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. How are you doing? Winston said, I think dementia is now classed as type 3 diabetes. I've heard that. I have heard that. B. Reese said, I haven't watched every video quite yet, so I can't recall if you have mentioned it. But have you ever experienced encephalopathy? I think is what you're saying. And I have, and it's horrible. Hepatic encephalopathy. Yeah, I have. I haven't had it in a while, but there's been a couple times, and I had it really bad. Debbie said rain here in Topsail Beach, North Carolina. Everybody's getting rain. Tammy, I didn't get cirrhosis from alcohol, but they first said I had NASH. Now MUSC is saying it's MASH. Have you ever heard of this? Well, Tammy, I'll tell you what, MUSC, you're at the right place. And if you don't mind me asking, you don't have to share this if you don't want to, but who's your liver specialist down there? And what does the M stand for in MASH? I I can't remember. I might have heard of this before. If you want to share it, Tammy, let me know who your liver specialist is down there. And I don't know, what does the M stand for in the MASH? Cooking with Big Cat. What's up, LD? Hope you're doing well. What's up, Cooking with Big Cat? I am doing great, and I hope you are too. Thank you so much for being here. The freestyle. Hey, LD, praying things work out for you and your family. It's been a pleasure getting to know you all. Thank you so much, my friend. It's been a pleasure getting to know you too. You're such a nice person. Slayer said, a coffee and a sunny morning is my new doc, man. Peace. That is so awesome. Brianna said, thank you, Liver Disease. You're so welcome. Geo Biscuit, do you like the term alcoholic LD? To me, it seems what we suffer from a straight up ethanol addiction, which isn't really any difference to any other hard addictions, but worse on the body. No, I don't dislike anything like that, really. Nothing, no wording really bothers me like that. But you are right about that. And yeah, I think alcohol is like one of the worst drugs there is. It is so destructive on the body. The shooting was in Little River, Myrtle Beach area. Okay. That makes sense. Myrtle Beach can be a crazy place. And it's probably because it's the end of the school year, all the kids are going there for like senior vacation. And they get wild out there. You do not want to go during spring break or right at the end of the school year. That beach is like so insane. Diane said tomorrow. I was talking tomorrow. Debbie said, I made banana pudding and a homemade coconut cream pie for the holiday. My meringue looks beautiful. Oh my gosh, that sounds so good, Debbie. And I love meringue too. What kind of meringue did you make? Did you make a Swiss meringue or what kind of meringue was it? And did you hit it with a torch or did you bake it off in the oven? Slayer said, yeah, pretty much everybody smoked and there was not much to do in your downtime, so everybody just smoked. LOL. Yeah, I can imagine. Craig said, I saw a horrible case of ascites on a Mexican ER show. Acute hepatic failure. Yeah, Craig, ascites is not, it is not fun. It's absolutely horrible. And I don't know how big the person was that you saw that had ascites, but when I don't have any pictures of like myself when I had ascites like really bad because I was so embarrassed to take pictures of myself or have anybody take a picture of me. But when I say that I look like I was 10 months pregnant, like I'm not joking. My stomach was my stomach is still stretched out from having ascites, which I've had multiple times. It's horrible. Mary said, rehab seems misery loves company. Slayer, rehab was some great experience, Mary. Yeah. I think it worked for Slayer. It works for a lot of people. And I think it might be worth a shot, Mary, to maybe give that a chance. Don't knock it till you try it. Go Batman said AA is like that, cigarettes and coffee. Yeah, every time I've ever been to an AA meeting, everybody's drinking coffee and smoking. David said, I'm glad I quit smoking. Cigarette prices are out of control. I saw cigarettes the other day, and they got the little, in the back of the gas station, they got the price on there. They're like 10 something dollars. Shay said, lyrical withdrawals like benzo withdrawals, GABAergic. Yeah. Debbie, LD, I truly feel you will be around for many more years with no suffering. You are done with suffering. I'm pretty good with my predictions. Let's hope you're right, Debbie. I really appreciate you saying that. That guy, I came off a bench 12 days ago and full of anxiety. And the next day, every time I closed my eyes to sleep, I was seeing flashing images that looked like The Exorcist. That might be, gosh, what's it called? My brain is like not functioning today. I'd be careful with that guy, because that could be something serious. But thank you for sharing, and I'm glad you came off the bench, my friend. Cycle said, never did rehab, but doing it alone is not easy. Just happy to not be on day one and sober. Absolutely. Nitroglycerin. Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is, Shades. Thank you for that, my friend. It's high in something like that, the beet powder. Betaine. Marius, you make a good beef burger with bacon and cheese. That's my favorite food. Oh, I make some of the best burgers in the world, and you are not kidding. I've spoke about it so many times on here, but cheeseburgers, you call me the Hamburglar. I absolutely love cheeseburgers, and you can put as much bacon on it as you would like. I love that too. It's got to have mayonnaise and tomato on it, though, and the tomato has to touch the mayonnaise, because when the two of those touch, creates a little bit of a sauce. That the wetness of the tomato gets in with the mayonnaise, and the tartness of the tomato with the mayo and the hamburger, it makes it. John Eddie Finch, I'm obese from alcohol. John Eddie, I used to be obese from alcohol. I used to weigh 250 pounds, and I did not eat food. It was all from booze. I will guarantee you that it will, you'll, all the weight will just shed off of you after stopping. April said, I go to MUSC too, but it's for my heart. There's a lot of people here that go to MUSC. Go Batman said, metabolic dysfunction associated steatohepatitis. Okay, thank you so much, Go Batman. So it's from a metabolic dysfunction, huh? So I guess that would be like something like diabetes or something then, right? Tyrob Gaming said, was invited to the old neighborhood block party. I wanted to go, but decided to avoid the temptations. Bittersweet, I guess. 6 years sober this June. You've helped in this journey, and thank you. That is so awesome, Tyrob. That's what I was talking about in yesterday's video. You know, you get all these block parties, and just like you said, in your old neighborhood. I'm so glad you did not go, because it'd be tough. Tammy said Dr. Faust, metabolic. I know who Dr. Faust is. Thank you for sharing that, Tammy. David said too much sugar, carbohydrates, and seed oils can cause liver disease too. It absolutely can. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to... There's a lot of talking in between everybody in here. I'm trying to find... David said, LOL, I went to Myrtle Beach for spring break when I was in high school. Yeah, that place is crazy. Karen said, is Craig a mod for this channel? I don't think I made him a mod. Maybe I have. I don't know, Karen. I can't remember if he's a moderator or not, too. Catherine is, though. And David, he hasn't been here for a while, but in Canada is a mod. BM, what do you think gives you the most trouble, liver or pancreas? It's a hard gain weight limiting. Is it hard to gain weight limiting fat and carbs? I think that it was originally my pancreas gave me the most problems, but I've had so many different operations on my pancreas that I think they've got it. I still have a lot of problems with it. I think they've got it like pretty dialed in at the moment. My liver is giving me problems now. So I think the liver is probably the worst. And yeah, it's really hard to gain weight because of the limitations on my diet. Not to mention, I just can't eat a lot of food because it gives me a stomach ache. Debbie said, use my hand. I need my stand mixer, 3 egg whites, a quarter teaspoon of cream of tartar, and a half cup of sugar. Torched it. That is awesome. There's a Swiss meringue that you can make, and you just you add just a little bit of corn syrup to it, and your meringue will never deflate. If you add just a little bit of corn syrup to it, it'll never deflate at all. You can make your meringue and not do anything to it. Pipe it out, and it'll sit there indefinitely. I always add corn syrup to mine now, just for that reason. It does change the consistency just a little bit when you're eating it, but sorry that I'm talking about food, guys, and I'm not on this topic here, but April, I'm about to sound dumb, but what is ascites? I know I spelled that wrong. Ascites is the collection of fluid in your abdomen. It's because your liver can't filter the blood properly, so fluid starts to leach into the gut. John Eddie Finch said, I came off Lyrica using benzos. Wow. So you had to take benzos to get off the Lyrica. Wow. Nina, hey from Switzerland. Thank you so much for being here, Nina. All the way in Switzerland. That's so cool. Poo Poo said, is ascites harder to diagnose if a person is heavily or overweighted? I would imagine so. I would imagine that probably does. But at the same time, maybe not, because the fluid is all behind the abdominal wall. So they can feel the fat, and then they'll be able to feel the abdominal wall. But, I bet it is kind of hard to diagnose that. But they can do a CAT scan. That's one of the ways that they look to see if there's a fluid collection. Lynn D, hi LD and everyone. Just wanted to stop in. Lynn, thank you so much for being here, Lynn. I hope you're having a great day today. Poo Poo said you should film your cooking. I just filmed something last week, Poo Poo. And I'm doing some more this week as well. But thank you so much, LHM7550. Love your pay it forward content coming from a non-drinker. And have learned so much. Do you watch cooking competition shows? Your wife deserves a medal. You could have called, hey, sweetheart. She wouldn't have known who I was talking to if I had said, hey, sweetheart. But yes, I have watched cooking competition shows back in the day. I really like, I know it's going to sound crazy, but what is it called? Triple D with Guy Fieri. I love that show. The There's a couple of cooking shows that I watch. A lot of stuff that I watch these days is YouTube content. I just prefer YouTube over any other platform because it's real content. Most people producing content on here are real people, and it just feels more real to me watching it. But there's a lot of food shows on YouTube that I really enjoy. Emery Jones, LD, did your brother get sober as well? I remember you said you were both heavy drinkers at the time. No, my brother still drinks, unfortunately. David said, best burgers, LD? You've got me curious now, LOL. Best burgers? What you mean, David? I don't. You mean like how? What's the best way to make a burger, or like in my opinion, or what do you mean by that? I'm sorry. Adam Blattner. When I grew up, I wanted to be a teacher. When I grow up, I want to be a teacher. When I grow up, I want to be an astronaut. No kid said when I grow up he wants ascites. Don't do alcohol. Good point, Adam. You're right. Kolkati, is flying while drunk make you more drunk? I haven't had a drink in forever. Today is flying in Salt Lake. I had one glass of wine on the plane, and now I feel drunk. I think, Kolkati, I think that it does affect how quick the alcohol sets in. Cycle said, I quit the broccoli as well. Best decision I could have made. That's so awesome, Cycle. Geo Biscuit. Hope this isn't a silly question, but do you take milk thistle? I do not. And possibly live 52 to help liver health and possibly repair. It's an adjunct to other treatments. Geo Biscuit, I do not. I do not take any supplements like that at all. My GI doctor told me not to. Slayer said we have nightmare rehabs here as well. Silva always talking to somebody else. Karen said, yum, cheeseburgers, no ketchup. It's got to have ketchup. I'm not some people just like mustard on their burgers, but no, I'm a ketchup mayonnaise kind of guy with no mustard on my burger. I'm just not a big mustard fan. Debbie Snap said, please bring your family to our house. I have space 10 minutes from Surf City, Topsail Beach. You do burgers, I do the baking. I'm so serious. We'll honor your anonymity. Thank you so much, Debbie. That's so nice of you. I'll have to get your your email or something so I can contact you. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate the offer, Debbie. Thank you so much, Miss BC. I went to Myrtle Beach spring break 45 years ago. Wow. Went hang gliding off the dunes. Just went paragliding last week, full circle. That's so awesome, Miss BC. I didn't know they had hang gliding on dunes at Myrtle Beach. I know they have that in the Outer Banks of North Carolina, like around Kitty Hawk and Nag's Head. Mario said, I like Thousand Island dressing on burgers. I do too. Basically what Mac sauce is. Great Blue, what's up? The quality rehab option we found for my son, 25 years old, and got hooked on meth and fentanyl from the street. Skate park is $500 down and $600 a month for a year. That's not too bad. I'm sorry that your son got hooked on those things, though. That's really sad. I'm sorry. Debbie said, oh my God, adding corn syrup from now on. Yeah, absolutely, Debbie. Just add just a tinge of corn syrup, maybe like a teaspoon to it, and you will be blown away at how it holds up. LBC, hard to be a chef when you don't eat or taste alcohol. Yeah. And you have to cook with a lot of alcohol too. Corn syrup for meringue, huh? Thanks, LDL. Keep that in mind. Yeah, David, it's a Swiss meringue. It holds up so well. I experimented with like all these different meringues one time because I stupidly volunteered myself for the biggest dinner of the year that we did at the club that I worked at, to do baked Alaskas for like 200 people. And I had to figure out how to make the baked Alaskas in advance, because most of the time you make everything, the ice cream, the brownie part, and then you pipe the meringue on top and then torch it. But I couldn't do that. It was too many. So I had to figure out a way to make them in advance. I froze all of them and then hit them with the torch, and the meringue did not fall down. I made them like 5 days in advance. Miss BCLD, we like hearing your cooking advice. Not every day we have a chance to ask questions of a chef. Well, thank you, Miss BC. Jennifer Moffat, what's up? Great Blue said, and hello. Still not a drop since July 2024. Well, hello, Great Blue, and that is so awesome. I'm so proud of you for hanging in there. Jennifer Moffat, we are all alcohol free today and save money too. I'm rubbing off on my husband and daughter, fiance. Congratulations, Jennifer. That's so awesome. It's so much better having a sober holiday, and tomorrow you're not going to be hungover when you go to work. If you do, you're not going to feel bad. You didn't waste who knows how much money. When we start drinking, next thing you know, let's go buy a bunch of pizzas and let's run to the gas station. And before you know it, you wake up the next day and you spent $500 and you don't even know where the money went. David said, you said you can make the best burgers. That's what I meant, LD. I do make really good hamburgers. Okay, Ricky S4. I'm going to ask you nicely to stop talking about drugs on here. I'm asking you now, my friend. I'm going to have to stop you on talking on here. It's like the 4th time you've said something like that. I'm not going to read your comment. I'm asking you, please stop. Debbie Snap, I have switched to YouTube almost entirely. Real people, have you been on Substack? It's nice too. Debbie, I have not been on Substack. Thank you for the recommendation. I really appreciate that. And I'm the same way. YouTube, it's all real people. Great Blue said, now I'm hungry for a bacon burger. Ron's mom, the shooting I referenced was in Little River. 10 wounded in a weekend boat party. Wow. Wonder what was going on there. 3 guesses. Yeah. Drinking. Cowabunga. I love your handle. I relate to a lot of your videos. Keep up the good work, man. Thank you so much, Cowabunga. ARC, if you're a mountain biker, your balance and reaction time is damaged in your brain a few weeks to get it back after sober. Thank you for that, my friend. Miss BC said, yes, altitude makes a difference on how alcohol hits. It's faster. I Love an Alcoholic said, I would definitely watch LD's perfect burger tutorial. My partner loves burgers and puts mustard on everything. Kokati said, I used to hang glide. I might go back. It's really amazing. Only thing is you depend on your buddies too much. That is one I always wanted to go hang gliding. I made a hang glider when I was a kid. Not kidding, you guys. I made it out of bamboo and a whole bunch of other stuff, and then jumped off the side of an earth dam and went straight down to the ground. Great Blue said he's been clean for a few days now. That is so awesome. Thanks for the corn syrup info. You're so welcome, Great Blue. Jennifer said, yep, correct. Big Cat, hey, LD, love your content. Your content has definitely helped me slow my drinking. Been sober 3 weeks. Congratulations. Going the rest of the month, maybe longer. I don't know if I'll quit drinking entirely. Your vids help. Hey, Big Cat, that is so awesome. Congratulations. Can't speak. Congratulations on getting sober, my friend. That is awesome. And, 3 weeks, you might go a little bit longer. Go a little bit longer and see how you feel, and just give it a shot. You might decide it's not worth going back. I can tell you one thing, your liver, your pancreas, your esophagus, your stomach, your skin, Every aspect of your body is going to thank you for not drinking. It's so destructive. Angie said, LD, has your liver team told you to be careful about getting an infection such as wounded or sickness? They have, Angie. They have. Did they tell you the same thing, Angie? That's one of the reasons that they said that they couldn't do the recanalization of my tips, because they're worried about introducing bacteria and giving me an infection. That's what they're really worried about happening. That is the reason that they won't do it, is because they're worried about infection. Jenna and Friends Animal Sanctuary. Hey, LD, I listen every day. My brother is dying of liver failure. You've been helping me understand and get through this. I am on day 33. I'm so sorry to hear that your brother is passing from liver failure. I'm really glad the videos help. Have you ever shared the channel with your brother? Let me know, Jenna, if you've ever shared the channel with him. Because if you have, I'd really like to give your brother a shout out in one of my videos. If you want to just give me his first name or something, if that's cool with you. But I would like to give him a shout out. B-Boy Domaz, smash a regular burger. Smash all day long. Best way to cook a burger is to smash them, because you get all of that caramelization completely across the hamburger. You get that really nice brown meat. It's so nice and crunchy. Over the counter culture. Hey, LD, are you still thinking of planning a meetup? I am, my friend. The last one I was going to do, I ended up in the hospital the same week. But yes, I am still planning on trying to do that. The only caveat is that it cannot be too far from me, and I can't fly. So it'll have to be somewhere, within like 4 or 5 hours away. And I want to stay as close as I can to my hospital. David said, I rarely watch cable TV these days, mostly YouTube and streaming platforms, and they are all ad-free, so I don't have to worry about alcohol advertisements. That's awesome, David. I was just talking to my wife about that earlier today, because we were watching our show again, and commercial. All alcohol commercials again. I was like, we have got to get off of these. Get the subscription that doesn't have the commercials anymore. Hamster said, I've been addicted to reality TV lately. I feel you on that, my friend. I like junk TV too. My wife and I really like it sometimes. Marius, if you travel to Europe sometime, I recommend Mallorca, island of Spain. Oh, thank you so much, Marius. Appreciate the advice. Debbie, LD, I was surprised you don't have gas burners. Do you prefer induction? Heck no, I prefer gas, but where we live, we don't have gas lines out here. We have a tank. And gas stoves are so expensive. And when we moved in, there was already a electric range here, so we just haven't messed with it. One day I would like to have a gas range. Cindy, do you have trouble with kidneys? No, I don't. My kidneys are fine, luckily. Andy said, LD, they told me the same thing. I use hand sanitizer like crazy now. Not the ones that smell like pure alcohol, scented ones. I hold my breath when I pass them in the store, LOL. Thank you for sharing that, Angie. I can't use hand sanitizer. I cannot do it. Cannot do it. It reminds me too much of alcohol. Cindy said you can do it, Big Cat. Thank you for the for saying that, Cindy. That guy, does liver damage make it harder to build muscle if going to the gym? I believe it does, Big Guy. That guy. I believe it does for sure. One thing it will do, having liver damage, is you can't you're not getting proper nutrients and stuff like that because your liver's not functioning properly, and protein and things like that aren't being absorbed properly. So you can start to lose muscle mass due to that. Kokalti, why can't fly? What does flying do? The change in altitude, being a plane, and I guess the cabin pressure or something, could lead to a varices bursting. I've got varices surrounding all my organs and all kinds of stuff. And my doctor told me not to get on a plane. Sethi, I noticed your skin has a slightly more yellow hue than before. How's your recent blood test? Well, that's scary, Sethi. I haven't noticed that. Now you're gonna have me freaked out. I don't know if it's the light in here or not, but the last time I had my blood work done, my bilirubin was fine. Fine for me. But it could be. I've had jaundice before. I really hope not. At the same time, Sethi, I do have a full occlusion in my tips. So who knows? But like I said, the last blood work I had, which was 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, my bilirubin was okay. I'm going to Charleston tomorrow, so. And they're doing blood work when I go down there because I'm going to see the hematologist. JJ Lenz said, thanks for all you do, LD. Absolutely, my friend. Thank you for being here. Stephanie Lake, what's up? I hope you've been doing well. Thank you so much for being here today. I was wondering if you're going to stop in, Night or Grider. Hey, LD. On a different note, what kind of music do you listen to? I don't listen to a lot of music, Night or Grider. But if I do, really I listen to pretty much everything except for country music. But I really like bands like Pink Floyd, for instance. I know I say that all the time, but that's really, The Doors, Pink Floyd, older bands. I like a lot of 80s stuff. Stephanie Lake said, what a fun weekend. Absolutely. Debbie said, so sorry to consume so much time today. No worries at all. One more thing. Please get your brother to stop drinking. He is a nurse and really in the know. Prayers. Yeah, Debbie, that I appreciate you saying that. No worries on you can ask as many questions as you want. But he's a grown man. I can't make him do that. Trust me, I've tried to talk to him before, and there's not anything I can do. Cameron, good morning from Australia. Well, good afternoon, Cameron, from South Carolina. April said, MUSC is 4 hours from me, but I trust him with my life. I had open heart there. I'm going to have to do it again and I trust him. I'm so sorry, April. I trust them with my life as well. They have saved my life more than once. I've had some life-saving procedures there. That's where I had both of my TIPS procedures at. First one was a failure, but the second time they were able to get it to work. It's occluded now, but that's not their fault. I hope that your next procedure goes okay, Tom. Hey, LD, quick question. Do you think alcohol percentage makes any difference to causing disease? Some people think drinking beer instead of spirits is good, a myth. I am sure. Tom, that's a good question. And to a certain degree, I think it does make a difference. Reason being is the amount of alcohol that's hitting your liver all at once, opposed to, let's say you're drinking liquor versus beer, and let's say it takes you a liter of vodka to get to where a case of beer would get you. To drink that case of beer is going to take a span of, let's say 16 hours. But you can drink that liter of vodka in an hour if you really put your mind to it. And I could have done it, no problem. I'm sure I probably have. But when you're overloading your body and your liver with that much alcohol all at once, I would definitely think that will play a role on liver disease versus drinking beer over a 16-hour long period. So I don't think it necessarily in the long run makes much of a difference because alcohol is alcohol is alcohol. But I think that liquor versus beer or something like that and overloading your liver in a very short amount of time, I would imagine would play somewhat of a role. Cindy said his are getting bad. He is still in Fort Worth. I think she means he. Maybe not. I'm sorry, Cindy. Comrade Tito, love your videos. Very personal, very real stuff. Keep it up and have a great day. Thank you so much, Comrade Tito. I really appreciate you being here, my friend. And I sure will. Hope to speak to you more soon. Adam Blattner, I hope you live a long life. I'm also struggling. I'm also struggling. I like to use humor, though. Best of luck. Thank you so much, Adam. And best of luck to you as well, my friend. Thank you for being here. Thelma, LD, did you ever have ulcers? Yes, I have had ulcers in the past. April Diaz, you look fine. I don't know. Are you talking to me, April? I look fine. Oh, I think you mean because of the yellowing of my skin. Oh, thank you guys. B. Rees, I have a major sweet tooth now and grown to like some of the foods from the hospital. I've re-explored Jello. Hey, you, V. Reese, let me tell you something. Since I got sick, I have eaten my weight 10 times in Jello. I've re-explored Jello from my childhood because I was in a clear liquid diet so many dang times. You know what, V. Reese? Like I just said, I was too. And that's one of the options that you get in the hospital when you're on a clear liquid diet, which I was on a whole bunch of times too. And I fell back in love with Jello. The sugar-free stuff, man. I used to make like, one box of Jello. I would make like 4 or 5 of those at a time, and I'd eat like 2 boxes of Jello in one sitting. Big Cat said probably the lightning. B. Reese, how's your appetite been? Horrible. I don't have any appetite right now. April, my hematologist is there too. Oh, who's your hematologist, April? We might have the same doctor. This is going to be my first time. It's a she. This will be my first time meeting with her. Angie said he looks fine in color. You wouldn't know if he was jaundiced. Thank you, Angie. Now I got to keep looking at myself. Stephanie Lake, oh my gosh, thanks for thinking of me. Absolutely, Stephanie. You're here for almost every single live. Norm Freeman, another good reason not to drink. I got wasted and fell down, broke my ribs and jaw. Jaw is wired shut, and it's the worst experience of my life. I'm so sorry, Norm. That has got to be horrible. Have you ever heard that Kanye West song called Through the Wire before, Norm? You should check it out if you haven't. He rapped that whole song with his jaw wired shut. I am so sorry that you're going through this right now. I hope that you're not dealing with too much pain today, my friend. I'm guessing your whole diet is through a straw. Cycle said, thanks for the live, LD. See you on the next one. See you, chat. Have a blessed day. Thank you so much, Cycle814. I really appreciate it. You have a great rest of your day. Angie said, 90s grunge, best time for music when Nirvana, Alice in Chains, Soundgarden. I love 90s grunge too, Angie. Hamster said, I'm cutting up a watermelon to dehydrate. I love watermelon. Golly, I love watermelon. It's crazy too. Watermelon will spike me like nobody's business. My blood sugar goes through the roof when I eat it. Nefer, hi, Liver D's, you said you were a vegetarian for a while. Do you have a favorite meatless recipe? I was a vegetarian for 10 years. And yeah, I do have a favorite vegetarian recipe. It's something I created myself. I created a vegetarian hamburger using basically nothing but mushrooms. Um, it's not that complicated to make, but I'm telling you right now, my meatless burger that I used to make, and I used to have it on my menu in my restaurant. And I went through a lot of trial and error making that thing. These Beyond Burgers and all that kind of stuff taste weird. They're just strange. The burger that I used to make, like it was almost just like you were eating real meat. After I put like cheese and stuff like that on it, you couldn't tell really. It was absolutely delicious. I would give it to people and they would eat it not knowing that it was vegetarian. Rob, good evening, everyone. Good evening to you too, Rob. Angie said, Tom, I know someone that died from cirrhosis just drinking beer. Can't say how many beers they were drinking. It can happen with just, oh, yeah, it can absolutely happen with beer. I was just saying that the alcohol percentage, like by drinking liquor in a very short amount of time versus beer, it could, potentially be more damaging in that manner because you're drinking so much more in a short amount of time. But beer, alcohol is alcohol is alcohol. Not a grad. I agree with you on the beer versus liquor, but now with craft beer, these IPAs are getting more than 10% volume. One tall boy is equivalent for regular beers. Not a grider. I agree with you on that, and I've talked about it many times on here. But I used to drink those high percentage IPAs myself. I used to drink the Voodoo Ranger Imperial, and I think it was like 11.5 or something percent. It was something ridiculous. Geo Biscuit, I think your skin looks fine, bud. The color shifts a bit with the video and angles. Your eyes look white and clear. So too glad you say. Thank you so much, Geo Biscuit. Good morning, Cameron from Adelaide. Thank you so much for being here, Cameron. Nino, hey bro. Hope you're feeling better. Greetings from San Francisco, California. Thank you so much, Nino. I am doing well today. I hope you are too. Debbie said we are a little over 3 hours from Charleston, South Carolina. I know you are semi close to Charleston. Would that drive be too long for you? Your skin looks fine, no worries. Um for me going by myself, yeah. Just with because start feeling bad so often. If I was on the interstate or something like that and started feeling really sick, it wouldn't be a good situation. My mom is going with me tomorrow. Anytime I have to go anywhere far, I always go with someone. Fart Blaster. I'm 5 months sober, largely because of your videos. Thanks a lot, buddy. That's so awesome, my friend. Thank you so much for being here. Congratulations on 5 months. That is so awesome. The freestyle LD, do you have any exercise program or you just keep busy around the farm? As diabetics, we got to keep moving. No, the freestyle, I have no exercise routine or program or anything. I just stay busy working around the farm. And trust me, I'm always busy out here. There's not a lot of time to just chill out and watch TV or anything like that. There's always something that has to get done, and that's pretty much it. Like yesterday, I was outside most of the day yesterday, like working on the driveway. I was so tired last night, I passed out. But I just keep as busy as I can, just like you said. Just got to keep moving. The only problem is that when you start, your blood sugar starts to drop. Ron's mom said, "I got your face on a big screen. Not seeing yellow color is better than it had been." Thank you, Ron's mom. So if I had a booger up my nose or something, you would definitely see it. Poo Poo said, "I've been vegetarian 23 years now. That's awesome." Chris, do you ever feel judged for being sober? I'm a young guy and I deal with a lot of judgment. Any advice on this would help. Chris, when you say, "Do I ever feel judged for being sober?" What do you mean by that? If you don't mind, just give me a little bit more context and into what you're saying. I don't want to answer that question without understanding exactly what you mean. Dave said, "Lab grown chicken." Yeah, that's gross. I've seen that. They're like literally growing meat now using like cells. Miss BC, hey LD, can you make a video about your meatless burger? Sounds awesome. I could, but I don't know if I can get my hands on all the mushrooms I used to be able to procure back in the day for that. Because there were like 7 different mushrooms that I had in it. I guess I could do it with like whatever I could get my hands on around here, but the different mushrooms are what made the burger the way it was because they all have a little bit different of a chew to them, and all the different mushrooms in there really added to the texture. Hamster, is it true that lion's mane mushroom tastes like crab? A little bit, it does. As a matter of fact, a chef that I used to be really good friends with back in the day had a recipe that he did a mock crab cake with lion's mane mushrooms. He would pull all the lion's mane into shreds and chop it up so it'd be just like crab meat, and he'd make crab cakes, and they're pretty good. They do taste like crab a little bit. There's another mushroom that tastes like lobster. I can't remember which one that is. Marius, I lived in Paris once and was out drinking with class and decided to balance walking over the great height over drinking. After drinking, lost all inhibition. That's crazy. I know exactly what you mean, Marius. We do crazy things when we're drinking. GeoBiscuit, vegan here. Would love the recipe for that burger. Bet it's awesome. I'll do it. I'll just have to use what mushrooms I can get my hands on. I had stuff like maitake mushroom in there. Um, I'll have to dig the recipe up. I know I have it. But like I said, I have maitake, shiitake, portobello or little baby bellas. I'll have to look at it. There were like a whole bunch of different mushrooms in there. I used to use trumpet mushrooms because I had a vegan section on my menu. I used to do a pulled pork with trumpet mushrooms, black trumpets, because they shred. They've got like long. It's hard to say how. It's hard to explain it, but almost like muscle fibers. I would cook those, I would steam them, and then I'd pull them apart. I would smoke them first, and then I steamed them, and then I pulled them all, shredded them apart, and then I made a homemade barbecue sauce and mixed it all in there. It was really good. I'm so sorry, I just keep talking about food here, guys. JG Lentz. That would be a cool video to hear about your recipe of a meatless burger. All right, you guys got me. I'm going to do it. Miss BC said, "Congratulations, fart blaster." Chris, I used to drink Four Locos. I did too. 14% malt liquor, disgusting drink. Glad to be away from that stuff. Do you remember when the Four Locos used to have caffeine in them? Those things were crazy. 3 of those things, and you were off to the races. Lily Rose, I think you look fine. Thank you, Lily. Tammy, Dr. Foss is not my transplant doctor. I see him at appointments. Not sure who will do to think I'm crazy. But have you ever heard of the eyes bleeding? When I was first diagnosed, this happened. No, I've never heard about eyes bleeding, Tammy. I'm sorry that happened to you. Angie, Welp LD, I need to dip out of here. I hope everyone has a great week. Much love to you. Thank you so much, Angie. I really appreciate it. It's about to be time for me to dip out of here, too, in just a few minutes. It's almost 2 hours in. Have a great day, Angie. Thank you so much for being here. Hamster said, he looks like Hulk. I don't know who you're talking about. Me? Nighter Grider, did you go vegetarian for health purposes? I did, Nighter Grider, and I was having a lot of GI problems, and I thought it was because of the meat. It was the alcohol. Scott, I know you drank mostly liquor, but how many beers worth of alcohol do you think you drank daily on average? I drank about 15 per day for 15 years before quitting. Scott, I drank liquor and beer, and I would drink probably 6 to 10 beers a day on top of my liquor. And when I say I would drink a half gallon of vodka, I'm not kidding, in a day. And beer. Poo Poo, do you know black seed oil? I do. I ordered a bottle. It should be good in many ways. I've heard a lot of good things about black seed oil. I hope it works out. Let me know how it works for you, Poo Poo. Angie, good luck tomorrow, my friend. Thank you so much, Angie. I really appreciate that. You have a great week. Debbie, I meant bringing your family too. Your kids will have so much fun. You can relax and get loads of vitamin D. We will take care of you. Debbie, I might take you up on your offer. I need to get your email address. I don't know if you can maybe put your email address in the comments on this video after it posts up, and I could get it from you and send you an email. Minecraft. Do you play Minecraft? I do play Minecraft with my kids sometimes. Stephanie, I tried the new pickle glazed chicken sandwich at Popeyes. It's so good. I have yet to try that that famous chicken sandwich. The one you remember back, like right at the beginning of COVID, when like everybody was making chicken sandwiches and all the fast food places had that big war going on. I never tried Popeye's sandwich and been meaning to do it. I have got to get over there and try that thing. Wildlife, I agree that the only cheese for burgers is American cheese. Yeah, exactly. Thank you for sharing that, Wildlife. Angie LD, you should think about making a second channel with cooking tips and tricks. Obviously not daily, but every now and again. That's a good idea, Angie. I've been really thinking about creating another channel. One of the things I've been thinking about doing too is doing like reaction videos. There's a lot of YouTubers out there who do those reaction videos, and they have like TikToks that they react to and stuff. I've always thought that'd be really neat to do. April said, I want the recipe too. I'm definitely going to do it. Poo Poo said I meant cold pressed black cumin oil. No, I've never heard of black cumin oil before. Chris, when I say judge for being sober, I mean in social situations. People seem to think I'm weird or something for being sober. Oh yeah, Chris. Absolutely. Yeah, and they're like, people look at you like you have a third eye when you say that you don't drink. They're like, what do you mean? So yes, I've absolutely experienced that, my friend. And I'm sorry that you've been going through that. At the same time, I think a lot of the times, misery loves company. And when you tell somebody, especially in a group setting, there's a lot of people drinking, and then you say, I don't drink, there is a little bit of, I know for myself, when I was a drinker and somebody told me they were sober, I got jealous. Like, and that's being 100% honest. Like, I was jealous because I didn't understand how they could do it. And I wanted nothing more but to be sober. Homebody, hey LD, thanks for being here for us today. Glad I caught you since I just got off work. Many blessings for you. Thank you so much, Homebody. I'm about to get off here in about 6 minutes. Freestyle must be a lot of game down your way. Do any hunting or fishing? Cook any game meat? Being a vegan before maybe wasn't your thing. There's a lot of game here. We have a lot of game. And yes, I cook a lot of game meat. I don't hunt myself personally, but I have a lot of friends and family that do. So I'm gifted deer meat and stuff like that all the time. My freezer's always stocked with wild game and fish and shellfish. My parents, they're always at the beach fishing, shrimping, all that kind of stuff. I get a lot of stuff from them. So yeah, I eat a lot of wild game and meat. Big Cat 100% should make a second channel for cooking if you feel up to it, of course. Love the post tag vid. Thank you, Big Cat. I'll definitely create another channel and start doing stuff like that here every once in a while. I want to create another channel too and do those reaction videos. I just think it'd be fun. You know, maybe do a video once a week or something. Hamster, you might be able to find mushrooms if you ask around the farmer's market in your area. Our farmer's market here is not very good. Jackie Pena, chef, did you ever use a smoker at home for brisket or pulled pork? Absolutely have. And my smoker is made like I have made so many smokers out of junk in my lifetime. I cannot even tell you, Jackie. And that's what I've done here at my house too. Every single thing I have around here, basically, like stuff like grill, I made everything out of old junk. I really like to repurpose things. Mary Angel, I was praying for my sons who are both in the military to get to come home for Memorial Day, but I can't get a hold of them, so I guess not. Miss them with all my heart and soul. I'm so sorry, Mary. God bless your sons too, and tell them I said thank you for their service. April said, yeah, I need a shower. Thanks for the chats. Absolutely. Hope you have a nice shower, and thank you for being here. Joanne, thank you, LD. Have a great week. You too, Joanne. Thank you so much. David said I was putting away close to a half a gallon of liquor on weekends, plus a case of beer. Wow. Debbie, I will do that. Thank you, Debbie. I will get in touch if you give me that email. Angie said, sounds awesome, LD. I'll support anything from you, my friend. But for real, I'm out. See you in the comments. Thank you, Angie. You have a great rest of your day. Mario says, sorry, I meant black seed oil, cold pressed. Yeah, I've heard of black seed oil, my friend. Jackie said, my husband loves to smoke meat. I don't eat it. It kind of grosses me out. I don't eat meat. I eat fish and chicken. But sometimes chicken makes me feel sick. I can't digest animal protein. I'm sorry, Jackie. Yeah, that's the thing about smoked meats too. My parents smoke meat like a couple times a week. I don't see how they do it. Like, I can eat smoked meat maybe once a month and then I'm over it. And my parents will do like, oh, we smoked the baked beans on the smoker and we did brisket and smoked macaroni and cheese. I'm like, that's a lot of smoke. I can't do all that smoke. B-boy Domaz, took me 6 months to get comfortable being sober at parties and social gatherings. Not a problem now, and it's hard for people to understand. I like it more. That's awesome, my friend. Geo Biscuit said, I used to get that jealous feeling of sober people and how they must have felt compared to me at the time. Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that, Geo Biscuit. I absolutely used to get like that. Black seed oil and black cumin oil, they mean the same thing. I had to Google it. Thank you, Poo Poo. Gabe. Mr. LD. What was the driving force behind drinking? Mine was that I was depressed, so I tried to numb the pain by drinking. Gabe, there was a lot to it. Depression was definitely one. Um, Trying to fit in, become another person that I thought I wanted to be. There were a lot of reasons. I moved around a lot as a kid, had a hard time making friends. Um, I had some childhood stuff. Who doesn't? I just liked the feeling of not feeling anything, really. More than anything, had a really stressful job and, was always stressed out, a lot of stuff on my mind. I could get drunk and not think about anything. Nothing mattered. LD, do you think you could get stuck? Do you think if you stuck to beer, you would not have as severe health consequences? I do. That guy, you and Backcountry should do a collab. Yeah, I've been meaning to do a collab Backcountry. We speak to each other here and there. Guys, I'm gonna go ahead and catch up on these comments real quick, and then it's gonna be time for me to hop off of here and spend the rest of my afternoon with the family before they go back to work and school. Craig, you have a great day, my friend. Kevin, thank you for speaking out. LD, listen to your recent video when I felt so close to relapsing due to a fight with my spouse. Sending love from New Jersey. That is so awesome, Kevin. You are so welcome. I'm so glad that you watched the video and you did not. User 0803, God bless you, LD, praying for you, and thanks for sharing your story. Absolutely, my friend. Thank you for being here. Ben, thank you, Chef. Hope to see you next weekend. Take care, everyone. Thank you, Ben. Marius. Paco, greetings from Spain. I just discovered some days ago your channel, and I'm addicted in a good sense. That's so awesome, Paco. Thank you so much, my friend. And thank you for being here all the way from Spain. I'm about to hop off here in just a second, Paco, but I really appreciate you being here, my friend. There are tons of videos for you to check out. You should go back and watch some of like the very first ones I did. If you haven't seen the very first video I ever did, go all the way to the bottom and watch that. You'll definitely see the difference in how I look now. David, thanks for coming live today. LD, take care, my friend. Have a great week, everyone. You too, David. Thank you so much, my friend. Brian, hey, LD, just listening. Gotta go for the time. I know that. For the time and info, good to know. Not alone on the sooner walk. Absolutely, Brian. Thank you for being here, my friend. Kaylin, watching from work, 0 days sober, but I'm staying positive. This community is awesome. Thanks, LD, so much. Kaylin, you must be working in the restaurant today. I remember your name. I'm not going to tell you why I know your name or remember your name, but I know your name. I remember your name very well. But I remember you talking about you worked in the restaurant industry, and that is a very, 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 very hard way to stay sober in the restaurant industry, especially if you're pouring alcohol every single day and multiple times a day. You're pouring 100 drinks a night, 200 drinks a night, whatever it is. If you're working behind the bar, if you're serving, you're running drinks, if you're in the kitchen, you're cooking with alcohol. You're putting beer and liquor away. It's just you're touching alcohol, you're seeing alcohol, you're smelling alcohol all day long. It's so hard. But Kaylin, I have faith in you, my friend, and I know that you can do this. You are so welcome. Jolly Bird, 90% of chefs are big drinkers. I speak from experience. You are correct. Miss BC, take care, LD. You too. Jackie, thanks, Chef. Have a great evening. You too, Jackie. It's so good to see you. Thank you for still being here after all this time. I really appreciate you. Debbie, so nice seeing you and being with everyone today. You too, Debbie. Thank you so much. Big Cat, have a good evening. LD, take care. You too, Big Cat. Have a great rest of your weekend. Marius, take care, folks. Happy Memorial Day, USA. You too, Marius. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot how to say your name again. Ning Ning Cooley. I'm so sorry, my friend. Ning Cooley, I think is how you pronounce it. You're a hero. Enjoyed this live. Thank you so much, Ning Cooley. If I'm wrong, you can smack me. I'm so sorry. Geo Biscuit, thanks LD. Glad to catch the live. Have a great week. Hope everything goes well. Thank you so much, Geo Biscuit. You too. Cindy, I'll give you the email. Try again. Thank you, Cindy. I appreciate that. If you can put it in the comments for this video, there's somebody else that's going to be sharing their email with me on here as well. Nighty Grider, have a good time with the family, bro. You're a good dude. Thank you so much, my friend. You are too. Paco, I'm checking your videos from the very beginning. Thank you, Paco. Yeah, the very first one you'll see, I look like a totally different person. It's basically just eyeballs. That's all you see. I was so skinny, I just had eyes and ears, big ears and eyes. Chris said, goodbye, LD. Have a great week. You too, Chris. Homebody, love this community, LD. Take care, everyone. You too, Homebody. I love you too. Tracy, have a great evening. You too, Tracy. Hamster, you enjoy your Memorial Day too. You're welcome, Poo Poo. And Mary Angel, love you too. You guys, thank you so much for being here today and this live for Memorial Day. I know that, it's Memorial Day late in the afternoon. Everybody's trying to spend time with their family and have dinner. And I really appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to hop on here and join in with me and just have a conversation. It's been really nice hanging out with you guys. I love each and every single one of you all. I really, really do. And I just want to say thank you so much for all of you being here. This community wouldn't be a community without all of you. I just make the videos, but you guys are what makes this channel what it is. And, it's not just my channel. This is our channel. And I can't tell you guys how much I really do appreciate each and every single one of you. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Memorial Day. Ning Cooley, thank you so much. Love you too, Ning Cooley. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Guys, I truly do appreciate each and every single one of you. More than anything, I really appreciate everyone's positivity, being nice to one another, not giving each other a hard time is one of the most important things to me. And I can't tell you guys how much I really do appreciate everyone being kind. Life's already hard enough. Being an addict is hard enough. Dealing with chronic illnesses is hard enough. And there's no reason for us to give each other a hard time. We need to love each other and just be nice to each other. And it just makes going through this life just a little bit easier. So thank you so much, guys. I really do appreciate each and every single one of you. And until tomorrow, I will see y'all then. And I'll be doing a regular video. I do have to go to Charleston tomorrow. So I'll probably film while I'm down there and post the video up tomorrow night. So I'll be letting you guys know what I find out at the doctor tomorrow. I'm going to be finding out if I have some kind of blood clotting disorder, if that's what's going on with me. So I should have some answers tomorrow, but I'll let you guys know in tomorrow's video. So guys, thank you so much, and I will see y'all soon. Bye-bye, guys.